bond, isn't it, of vaccines. It's duplicitous, sneaky, incredibly ruthless, and annihilates the enemy just when it thinks it's got bond where it wants it.
No, that's exactly the right description, actually. And the other
government committees, and he's on the vaccines task force. It would be lovely to talk to the Health Secretary this morning because, frankly, today is a huge day.
On Good Morning Britain for interview about the biggest health crisis we've faced since 1918. And each time the answer comes back, no. No, we don't have anybody from the government who will talk to your viewers and inform them about the health crisis. And, well, I have a view. I think they're a bunch of gutless little weasels. I'm sure you have a similar view now, Good Morning Britain viewers. It doesn't harm us. Our ratings have gone ever higher without the government ministers. In fact, one thing that worries me about getting them back is they may have a devastating effect on our viewership because most of them are so clueless. But you know what? They have a democratic duty to talk to this programme as they do to talk to every programme. And it is really scandalous that we're approaching 200 days of the entire government boycotting the main commercial breakfast TV show. And if you care about democracy, you should be as incensed about this as we are. And frankly, if they can't cope with a fiery, passionate interrogation about this kind of story, this kind of crisis, why would we trust them to run the country? Because that's one of the problems. They can't even cope with an interview. They can't even cope with people like me raising our voices. They run and hide.
Government, if I can cope with Piers Morgan raising his voice, and I do it pretty much every morning, you can cope with it.
It's honestly, it's pathetic.
It's a dereliction of your democratic duty.
It's pathetic.
I find it extraordinary that on a day when you can talk about good news, we have the tooting bugler this morning coming over the brow of the hill. We have the light of the train coming around the bend. But we want to know who's going to get on that train.
Well, we know that where the Health Secretary is because we're actually very near him right now. Let's go to our live shot. It is a momentous day in this crisis.
It's the day we
finally seem to have a vaccine, and we're going to try and talk to Matt Hancock via Nick Dixon, our man on the ground, and just see if he can grow a pair enough to come on Good Morning Britain live. Be very interesting. At a dairy farm to avoid us. It'd be interesting. Where will Matt Hancock run? I wonder.
Nick Dixon, what's your record with government ministers?
We've got some questions.
Right, he's finished his previous interview.
He's finishing.
Here we go.
It's time for
Nick Dixon, stand by.
Here's
Good morning, Mr. Hancock. Hi, you're live on Good Morning Britain. I know it's been...
If you managed to get through the turmoil, the trauma of talking to Good Morning Britain, and our show is available to you, Matt Hancock, to come on any time, any day. You want to come on a different day? I'll come in just for you. Just come and be accountable for your decisions, your actions, and face tough questions. That's your job. You're the Health Secretary in a health crisis. It's literally your job. Nick, well done, mate. Great work.
I'm not sure he will come on. I'm not sure that was a genuine promise to come on the show, but we'll see.
We heard from him, didn't we?
You know what? Anything, we'll take anything at this stage. Well done, Nick. Great work. OK, good. Well, there we go. So I don't think he really broke the boycott. He probably didn't even know who he was talking to. Just talked to some random bloke in the street called Nick. Just wanted to talk to him about the vaccine. But anyway, good live TV. Let's get the news, travel and weather where you are.
See you in a moment.
Brain whirring as he was live on our show and then got asked, well, when of course I'll come on. OK, when? Actually got pinned. Remember, this is the problem. When you try and pin them down for an actual answer, a real one, that's when the trouble starts. We go, well, when are you going to come on? You said you would. When? And then he goes, actually, yeah, I think I've got a schedule issue tomorrow. Yeah. You know what? Our schedule's completely free, Health Secretary. You're an important guy in an important job at an important time. We just want to hold you accountable for your decision-making. Because you know what? On a serious point, lives depend on you getting these things right. And actually, the best way for government ministers to hone their policies is to have rigorous debate with journalists asking them tough questions. That's how you get to better policy, actually. That's why it's important that they are held to scrutiny. Anyway...
just want to say, so the Health Secretary, in that brief appearance with our intrepid reporter.
I can give you some positive news which has real substance to it. It is good morning, Britain. A really good morning. See you after the break. Year-old daughter. Me time I get is watching you on GMB. You would make my whole year if you mentioned me on your show in the morning, because everyone who knows me knows how much I love you. Probably impossible, and I've never been so forward, but worth an ask, I guess. Louisa, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
So good morning to you, and good morning to London Pink. And it must have been a tough year for you guys. Wish you all the best too.
Yeah.
So to everyone who watches us, thank you. It's a happy day today. You know, we've had a lot of miserable days this year. Today's the day it looks like we're at the beginning of the end of all this.
Oh, the light at the end of the tunnel.
A day to celebrate and to shower ourselves with positivity.
Yeah.
Because I feel this is the day things turned, and our brilliant scientists are the ones who've turned it.
Well, we're going to talk to one of our brilliant scientists, Professor Devi Sridhar, who normally has to come on and talk about bad news, but finally we can talk some good news with Devi in a couple of minutes' time. And also, we're going to talk to one of the guinea pigs in one of the other trials for a vaccine, the AstraZeneca trial, Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. He's going to talk about what he thinks about the prospects for that trial and for this one.
And lastly, but not least, I forgot my other niece, Millie, who's got COVID-19 over in Cyprus and is in isolation.
Oh,
tough doing isolation.
Family's had a tough time with COVID.
We've had a lot of COVID in the house and in the houses of our various family members. So, Millie, good luck to you. I'm sure you'll come through it. You're young and fit, and wish you all the very best.
And our love to everybody dealing with COVID.
Everyone who's got a family member, everyone who's maybe got someone in hospital, we're here for you. It's going to be a tough couple of months, but we're near the end of this. I feel it. A new documentary about the explosive Panorama interview with Princess Diana in 1995 includes claims she was tricked into taking part with the help of faked bank statements.
Well, the BBC says it will now carry out an independent investigation, but claims the documents did not influence the princess's decision to speak on camera.
Well, in the ITV documentary, which concludes tonight, former BBC graphic designer Matt Weissler talks about being approached by journalist Martin Bashir.
It went on during lockdown 1. I really don't want another one going on in lockdown 2.
Ditto.
What are the tips you've got for, you know, just trying to stay healthy in terms of what you put into your body as well?
All the best. He doesn't need any more ray of positivity. He bursts with it, doesn't he?
Doesn't he just? Still ahead on Good Morning Britain, we're speaking to a panel of experts.
My Sussex anxiety.
Apologies.
Anyway, look forward to your show later.
Let's get back to the good news. Could this breakthrough COVID vaccine really mean a return to normal life in the spring?
Well, with us is a stellar panel. Lord Lloyd Webber, who's taking part in another vaccine trial, the AstraZeneca.
Cambridge University. So you know all about how viruses work and how vaccines work to stop viruses. So in this case, how does it do what it needs to?
I'm going to go back to a lot of touchy-feely stuff.
No, I don't want it in the office, thanks very much. And don't,
this is the first
get the wrong
year,
impression.
So far, it's first year I've not had a series of bad colds because no one's touching me. After all this, stay away. Still to come. So Mike Jr. and they join us live next.
See you in a moment. Now, he has interviewed everyone from Hollywood royalty to Muhammad Ali, but it was an interview that Piers did with him for Life Stories, where he spoke about the death of his father, which ended up inspiring Sir Michael Parkinson to write a book about his family. Let's have a look.
He had